So I want to make this as clear as possible and not have to hesitate on how much I need to speak or what I need to speak. But this has to do with the amount of creators that I have followed in the past. It has started out with Alex Becker teaching me something called what is now recognized as low ticket drop shipping. Buying stuff from China, drop shipping it to a higher price on a Shopify store, and basically making tons of money off of it and showing the, value and the materialistic things off towards the viewers, which basically means this is what I own and I'm showing you that as a real thing. And then it became to Ollie Kermani, and it was Amazon Fulfillment by Amazon, or Amazon FBA. And so by that time, I was in the middle of like Publix, stuff like that. And so around that time, I was still getting manipulated, and I did not know that I was getting manipulated by the people that were training me. And so I was being the nice guy towards everybody. And this is just my 7-year explanation of why I am the way I am. I didn't set boundaries for people. This is just my life story to why. So this is my life story explained over 7 years on how I'm trying to heal myself as a normal human being would want to do for themselves. So keep watching for the next however long you want to, maybe up to 10 minutes, because I can talk up to that long. So no edits on this. So with that being said, it started out in middle school, literally in middle school, not doing work. Or no, it wasn't, it was around the time of 8th grade. And I'm going to say that's around 2017, 5 years ago. So I was around 13 years old. And so at that time, I was highly on Snapchat. Because, me being from 2003, that doesn't say anything. But I was on social media at an early stage of my life. And I, had a lot of I had a lot of friends and I had a lot of networking, but the problem was I didn't know who to look up to and who to trust. So I basically trusted everybody that came into my life. And so with that being said, I made silly decisions into thinking, hey, I'm going to be this person one day. And that came out to be true. Within that time, I was very skinny. I was, just trying to be someone that I was not. And it was a very toxic thing that I did to myself. And I did not, and realizing that later at 20 years old, that was the stuff that really fucking sucked. And I'm sorry to cuss like that, but, and it's going to be those rare times that I do. And I'm just trying to explain my authenticity on it. So, whatever, you think, I'm not a bad person. I'm just someone who's trying to make myself fit in. And, it was difficult for me to think, should I prove myself to someone to think I'm better than them? And to think I should prove myself for a girl for, competition or for whatever it may be. It's a big mental battle that I had to deal with over the past 7 years. And it was based off of, how I look as a person mentally and physically, and how other people look at me mentally and physically, all of that explanation. So I just want you guys to understand what I've gone through. And it started out basically in high school. Hey, I see this person called Alex Becker, and they go on, and every guru that they say out there, they explain their life story for 30 minutes, and they continue to lead you on, but they never say, this is how much you pay for me to teach you how to make this high income skill, whatever it is. So now it's down to the fact of, trying to be someone that you're not when you're in high school or middle school. So the thing is, it's hard to make your environment very comfortable. So when you do that, it's very difficult for you to figure out what's right and wrong, because at a young age, you figure out what is, again, wrong and right. And so when you have that determination, you decide that, hey, that you're not gonna make your life very successful. You need to stop barking at a lizard outside. That has no effect on your life. So, again, not doing this with edits. Having a good life is very profitable depending on the people that you involve in your entire life. So, in order for me to get you guys to understand, this is what my life is and how it can possibly relate to yours. See, I'm 20 years old and I should be employed and I should be doing the normal 9 to 5. But working for someone 9 to 5 is and there's an example online where there's someone, they built something out of wood and it says, the employee works this fast, the boss works this fast, the person above them works this fast, and then the owner doesn't work at all. Ever. Not typically. And usually it's just a failing system. So the reason I'm saying that is because I want to be at the top of the chain, not the bottom of the chain. So that's my simple explanation of that. But when I found Alex Becker, it became then Ali Kermani, which he did Amazon FBA. And someone else that I found was another person named Carter Jacks. It's a weird name. To continue on with the video, this has to do with the Carter Maxwell. This is as of 23, as of right now as the video is being made. And so he does reselling items on Amazon. Now, apart from that, after it was Ali Kermani, it was Jason Capital. And so from then on out, I got his book called Higher Status, which changed the way on how I think of things. And so I had to really reform my brain mentally how to live life, literally, like relearn how to. It's not as much as like were you learning how to walk, ride a bicycle, do basic things in life, but if you were God's eyes and you would say, this is what he did throughout his entire life that made him so miserable with his life, that he let happen in his life to make him do what he is doing right now, chilling inside the house, doing nothing at all, and on Tuesdays, 12:30 at a college campus, community college campus, that I'm not even getting an associate's degree anymore. It's just a certificate for mechanics. And now I want to change it to marketing. That's my life. But I don't tell you, certain things. And it's going to be hard for me to not say certain things because it'll get my ass in trouble. Anyways, and this will probably be posted on YouTube as well. No, wait, it actually will. No edits. So with that being said, and I'm feeling sweat going through my body, like going through my upper back. After Jason Capital, I will have had about 2 cries by myself in my own car. And I only exposed that because I was someone that was very perfectionist on myself. And it only got worse when I went from Publix to Discount Tire. So I only say that because I let my life become destroyed. And I tell you guys so you're not the only person dealing with that situation. So, with that being said, after about Jason Capital-ish, things seemed like they were getting better, but at that moment in time, they weren't. So, after around that time, I started getting into high school. And I realized after middle school, I was liked by everybody. Everybody looked up to me as a mature person, and I guess I hated myself. So after that whole entire scenario happened, and I'm sorry for the lighting change, because my mind cannot stay still. I basically tried to, make TikToks, made daily devotionals Christian-wise. Now, I'm not forcing my whole Christianity on you guys. You have free religion, you have free will of what you guys want to do. But your life is affected by the people around you and the environment that you have. So I'm just trying to make my environment more comfortable and more at peace and more sustainable, so I don't feel like I'm a threat to someone, or I don't feel like I'm threatening someone for something basic. And you could take the little tiny grasshopper. I don't know if you guys can see that. Look at that guy right down there. I'm videoing because I want to. My sister finished some test, but yeah. And she's a veterinary nurse. But anyways.
Bro,
what?
don't talk about my stupid boss.
I'm not telling them where you work.
Oh my gosh, Boston, just stop.
Okay, I'll continue to talk about myself.
Goodbye.
It's not cringy. Bye. Drive safe. My gosh. My family worries too much about me. But I know it's going to get me into trouble. And part of the reason I don't care is because I do whatever I want. And it's the freedom that I want to have in my life. That's the sort of thing that I want. So that's why, there are certain things that you put on camera and there are certain things that you don't. But I like to, have a carefree attitude towards it, so I don't feel like I'm threatened. And why I do things the way I do. Oh my gosh. Anyways. There's a much more harder aspect to understand what someone goes through in front of the camera versus behind the camera. Because you see one side and not the other. So, and this is why I have my water bottle, is because I can talk for a really long time and get that genuine connection from somebody. So, the thing is, and I appreciate if you are still here. I mean, people watch things for hours, 10 hours, God forbid. I mean, who does that? Who has the time out of their day to watch a repeated song for 10 hours? I mean, Mr. Beast said, it's every day, bro, for like 24 hours and literally got famous. Anyways, imagine if this went famous or viral. I got money! Nah. But I would be authentic about how much I make up to a certain extent, because not everyone's secrets can be shared. And that's the truth. I mean, you might have to keep some of the things that you have. Anyways. Porch lights off. The thing is, when you decide to be a person, a part of social media platforms or whatever it may be, you decide, hey, you want to be this person and be this famous up to a certain extent. And it's hard to make yourself better because you want to be better than someone else, but self-improving yourself is way easier in some ways because you're not worrying about standards of other people putting on you. And all And all the while you may think, hey, they are putting standards on you. It's hard to not have judgment. So that's all I can say. But back to the whole, success story or where I am right now. It's hard for me to realize, hey, this is the people I need in my life and the people I need to trust. And the things I want to do, in my parents' house and take care of them. And that was my true thing. But something I put against myself to kind of, and my dad says I'm self-punishing myself, is that I'll never marry a girl. And my phone died, so in basic terms, that's what happened in the past.